MGTOW, IBMOR Warrior. I watched the video by BGS IBMOR, better known as Black Gnostic Speaks, about cheating women. Cheating women. Now, a big part of women's cheating habits have to do with the circuitous mode of thought called woman logic. For example, in woman logic, sucking dick is not cheating. Let me say that again. In woman logic, sucking a man's dick is not cheating. You know, it's just like how teenage girls will say that they're a virgin, you know, but they've been sucking dick since they were 12 years old. Well, in a technical sense, they might be right if their hymen is not broken. Technically, I guess they're a virgin, but if you're double fisting dicks on giving hand jobs and letting niggas suck on your titties and your pussy, and you're out here sucking dicks and all this other shit like this, you know, can you really legitimately make that claim? It's the same thing with these grown-ass women out here who will cheat on their nigga and do everything short of actual penis and vagina sex. And it's like in the Black Phillip show, which is, most of you know, was the radio show of the late great Patrice O'Neal. And if you've never seen the Black Phillip show on YouTube, you need to go. I don't mind if you pause this video right now and go watch an episode. It's maybe about, episodes are like 2-3 hours long, but trust me, it's worth it. But on one of the episodes, I remember Dante Nero, who was like kind of his sidekick. Dante was telling a story of how he had this bitch, and I don't remember the exact details of the story, but it was something like the bitch would only let him fuck her up the ass because the pussy was for her husband. Okay. This is woman logic. According to woman logic, letting the side nigga fuck her up the ass is not cheating. Just like women are so quick to suck dick. I mean, you know, in my online dating exploits, which I've fallen back from now, but in my online dating exploits, I've really seen this. Like, women, they won't fuck you on the first date, but they will suck some dick on the first date. And even I experienced the cheating cocksucker thing recently, because, to make a long story short, I had this bitch, and I put two and two together that she basically still had a dude. She said that she broke up with this dude, but she basically still had this dude, okay? And she was kind of playing both sides, I guess, and lying, and you know how women do. And so whenever she would come over to my crib, you know, we would get kind of hot and heavy and doing all the foreplay things to sex. And the farthest that she would let me go was for her to give me a blowjob. That was the end of the line. Every time was the blowjob. And you know, I finally, you know, got tired of that shit, and I got hip to it, and I kind of called her out on it a little bit, and she got very very upset, and you know, the bitch didn't want to talk to me no more. But that's great because I don't want to talk to the bitch no more either. You know, that's the last bitch I fucked with. But anyway, that's how these women think. Okay. In addition to using loopholes like that to cheat, like the oral sex and the anal sex loopholes, what they will also do is women have something called don't count sex. So, you know, this is why it's pointless to ever ask a bitch her body count. Because you're better off asking a bitch her weight. You're more likely to get an accurate answer. Now, an example of don't count sex is, for example, when a bitch goes on vacation. And this is the biggest one. Tom Likas has talked about this ad nauseum. A lot of people have talked about this, and it's so true. When the bitch goes on vacation with her homegirls, it's a 99% chance she's getting fucked, okay? You niggas that's letting your bitch go on vacation with her homegirls, just know that she is getting an ass full of cum, a pussy full of cum, a mouth full of cum, okay? Just understand that. Especially if she's going to certain locations. If she's going to, like, you know, Spain or Italy or Jamaica or Cancun or one of these places like this, or Las Vegas, okay? If she's going, or Miami, Minister Jap told y'all about Miami. Minister Jap actually opened my eyes to the Miami thing because I always wondered why pretty much every ratchet black bitch on my Facebook timeline is always taking vacations to Miami, and it be the brokest bitches, and they always take vacations to Miami. Well, Minister Jap actually opened my eyes to why that is because they go on whole trips where they literally go and sell pussy. They literally will fly out to a place like Miami and sell pussy, or fly out to a place that's far from where they live and set up shop and sell pussy and take that money and come right back. Okay, so that's a whole other part of the game. And the last point I want to make is about the bullpen nigga. And what the bullpen nigga is something that every bitch has, whether it is her so-called work husband, which that term in itself, just let that shit sink in, some shit that ratchet bitches made up. The work husband, whether it's the work husband, the nigga who she flirts with every day at work, or whether it's just a nigga that she's kept around for years before you were even around. And it's a nigga that you might not even know about, or it could be a nigga that you do know, and you don't even know that it's like that with them. But the bullpen nigga, for example, my longest relationship was maybe 3.5 to 4 years, and we were cohabitating and everything. And when we initially broke up the first time, and we got back together, we both kind of expressed what we did when we were on our break. You know, I said, yeah, I fucked someone. Let me tell y'all, I fucked the baddest bitch of my life during that time period too. But she claimed she didn't fuck anyone, which, first of all, bitch is a liar. But she said that, you know, she was talking to this dude, and the dude that she was talking to was a dude that she has known for years and has always wanted to get with her for years, you know. So basically, the whole time we was in a relationship, and up until that point, we were already in a relationship. We had already been in that relationship for like 2.5 to 3 years, okay? That entire time we were in a relationship, cohabitating and everything, this bitch had a bullpen nigga, ready to be the goddamn relief pitcher. The whole time. Let that be a lesson to you niggas if you ever want to get in a relationship with one of these bitches, which, first of all, this is a MGTOW channel, and we don't condone committing to bitches, but if you want to do that, don't ever cut off any other bitches that you might have, because guaranteed she's not doing that with niggas that she has. A bitch always has a bullpen nigga. And even with the work husband thing, there's this chick I work with, and she always would flirt with me so obviously, and she would text me outside of work all the time, and just really be on my nuts. And once again, she told me she kind of had this dude that she broke up with, but once again, putting two and two together, she was still fucking this dude and what have you. Which, that's just me putting two and two together. Because even with her constant blatant flirtation inside and outside of work, via text message and all the other things like this, whenever I would actually try to link up and make something happen, that's when the bitch would stop it short. Because basically, I was the bullpen nigga. And I had to realize that. I was the bullpen nigga. And I'm not down for that. Like, a lot of niggas would just patiently wait their turn until the actual nigga, pisses her off to some degree. And a nigga would wait his turn. But me, I don't play that shit, okay? So I had to kind of start curving her ass. Every bitch has a bullpen nigga. At least one. Most bitches got several bullpen niggas ready to go. And she can make that phone call to the bullpen and get that relief pitcher whenever you're giving up too many goddamn runs. Okay? And with me, I'm about honesty. Like, even with this last bitch I fucked with, we even talked about, like, what do we think about non-monogamy and swinging and all this other shit like that, and we both were kind of down for it. And our only agreement was it has to be honest. Everything has to be honest. But this bitch couldn't even do that. Bitches have to lie. It's just in their system. That's what they do. They fucking lie. Because as Black Gnostic Speaks talked about, if you're going to be in a relationship with a chick in this day and age, just know that she's going to cheat, because it's too easy for a bitch to cheat. Because dick is ubiquitous. So the bitch could go, she don't even have to throw off her routine. She could go out to the grocery store, okay, and come back with groceries in hand. Your dumb ass is going outside to help her. You don't realize that she done just got fucked as well. Just that quick. A bitch could just go out here and cheat and not throw off her routine or anything. Okay? So, once again, if you are going to get in a relationship with these bitches, which we don't condone over here, but if you are going to get in a relationship with a bitch, then just understand that she's probably going to cheat, and just have an understanding that, look, bitch, as long as you don't bring me no STDs or no side babies, then you know what, we can rock out. That's if you're gonna take the risk of committing to a bitch. But anyway, this video was kind of dragged on a little bit, so I'm gonna sign off. I just had to get this shit off my chest, family. It's the MGTOW IBMOR Warrior. I'm out this bitch.